speed limit in this
He's
state,
looking
Mr.
at you,
Knapp.
kid.
45 miles an hour.
How fast was I going, officer?
I'd say around 90.
But what about us?
Memories. You're talking about memories.
Good, then have a drink.
I don't want anything of his or any part of it.
Except his life.
I wonder if I know what you mean.
I wonder if you wonder.
Played it for her, you play it for me. I lived a few weeks while she loved me. Waiting for a lady. Someday you'll understand that.
Got some news that's gonna take a lot of tension off you and Laura.
Stop it, Dix. I can't take any more of this.
I should be in your phone.
But there is sleep all over America.
Your hosts for the show, Carly Street and Jason D. Morris.
Hey, Carly. How's it going? Did you lose your voice?
I was waiting with bated breath to see whether the video like automatically went back or not.
Yeah, me too. But like that's an issue because that means we haven't recorded in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's a good thing we're doing it now because now we figured it out.
Yeah.
That's a positive. Well, we got a lot to catch up on, I think. What you been up to?
Yeah. Loads of stuff and no stuff.
Let's start with
I went to see Superman. What?
Cool, you got one. Awesome. The only thing that would have made that
Cool.
better is if the cape actually came off and you could wear it.
Yeah. I think if the cape comes off, it means it's broken.
I know, but it would have been better
So I'm not going to do that.
if it was one you could wear.
Because it's my favorite thing ever that I own now.
And you like the movie? I haven't seen it yet.
I did, but I feel like I liked the movie because I had such a good experience at the movie, not. So by the time I watched, I was just like hyped up. So I think maybe that might have affected it. I don't know. Because I know a lot of people don't like it. So
A lot of people love it though. So
I really liked it.
I don't like, to me it doesn't bother me either way if people hate it or like it. People have been hating and liking Superman forever, but to me Christopher Reeves will always be Superman. But I'm a big fan of James Gunn too, so I like all of his stuff. Like there isn't anything that he's done that I haven't necessarily liked. So even going back to his his start working at Troma. I don't know, you've probably never seen Tromeo and Juliet. No. You should check it out. But yeah, so I'm excited to watch it. Was Crypto fun?
Yeah, because it kind of just reminded me of my dog, and I was like, oh, thank God, even superheroes have like shitty, annoying dogs.
Yeah. Not talking about you, Luna. Calm down. My dog
Like that,
heard you.
just exactly like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my son used to love. There was a cartoon of Crypto, and I didn't know that Crypto existed because I never read Superman comic books. So I didn't even know it was a thing. And I was like, this is dumb. Why do they have a dog playing Superman? Like, I didn't get it. But he really loved it. And then later on, obviously, I found out that Superman had a dog. And I was like, really? Not in any of the movies. So I thought it was super cool that they included him. Yeah. Have you
I
seen...
thought for 1 second it was going to be like John Wick. They were getting into like John Wick territory, and everybody in the cinema was like, "Oh my God, if something happens to that dog, we're going to run."
Did you just spoil it and tell me that Crypto died?
No. Spoiler free.
Really? You got into John Wick territory while we're talking about a dog. John Wick's dog died. That's how John Wick starts thinking he's back.
I know. You don't need to mansplain John Wick to me. Okay, I know all about him, just his kneecaps like you.
Okay.
It's
Well, I'm
not
gonna
a
go
spoiler.
into this.
I promise.
All right. I'm gonna go into this not believing that crypto died. All right. I'll be very disappointed. You seen anything else lately? Anything new?
Not really. Other than that,
No.
no. That was like my big treat because the big like stupid cup costs like God knows how much money.
Probably like $30, huh?
So I had to stay after
30
stay in the house
pounds.
forever now.
30 shillings. What's the
You got
difference?
a popcorn bucket as well that's like in the shape of Superman's sign. That was cool.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Well, I dropped it on the floor
Oh, don't do that.
with the popcorn in it.
Yeah. I think the last I really wanted the Alien popcorn bucket, but they started selling them before the movie came out, so there were none.
Oh.
I know you're probably not an Alien fan, or whatever. I'm gonna tell Lance. Like whatever, nothing bothers you.
I've got his autograph on my arm, so beat that.
That's all you need. You're like, I don't care about his movies. Heck with aliens.
I've got his
Well,
forgery. Yeah.
I know. Stop showing off. I was hoping I could talk to you about Alien Earth because that just came out. I just watched the first episode last night, but I'm sure you haven't watched it. And this isn't an alien podcast anyway. This is a film noir podcast. So whatever.
Is it even out here? I haven't seen any trailers for that.
Really? Oh, it's a FX. So I don't know if maybe it's exclusive to their app, FX Studios. FX, you don't know what FX is? It's like an offshoot of Fox.
We used to have a FX channel on Sky, but I haven't seen that for a long time.
Oh, that's probably what it would have been.
Oh.
Well,
We're not.
anyway.
We're not
So
allowed
you
to
haven't
watch
seen
it. We're too
anything else?
naughty.
What else have you been up to? Yeah. What else have you been up to?
I went to Oulton Park with my dad.
What is Oulton Park?
It's racetrack.
Oh yeah, I saw the
Cars.
pictures.
Not horses.
So was there like a race, or were you just looking at cars?
Yeah. So there was like a big American car show, and then they have a NASCAR demonstration, a V8 demonstration, and then they have like a couple of actual races on for some of the lower league classic cars.
Okay. So when you go to like a race, do they have it where you can bet on races out there?
Not really on those ones.
No. But you can in like bigger races or something? Yeah. Oh yeah, cool. Nice. I think the last time that I saw a race, because I'm not really big into racing or sports at all, obviously. We went to the fair out here, and they had like I don't know what you call it, but it's like where the cars smash into each other and try to make it around the track, and
Yeah.
derby.
Yeah.
Maybe. Those are super fun because you get a bunch of mud thrown at you. Yeah.
I could stand there and do that for free.
That's true. Yeah. Well, I mean, start working out because quite a ways to throw from the UK over to the US. So
You'd probably be like a grain that's because it's just disintegrated all the way along the line. A grain of mud hits you.
Yeah. I would duck and still get hit though. That's my problem.
It's because I'm that good at aiming.
Well, I'm not good at ducking. All right. Well, I guess we can get into tonight's drink. Cheers. You're actually using it right now.
Obviously. Why would I not be?
I don't know. I figured it'd be on a shelf to keep forever. Oh, I want to share this with you. I know you don't care, but I care. And I don't know why this makes me so happy, but it really does. Like I got it. It just makes me so happy. So.
is it out of the box?
Boy, Phantasm.
Why is it out of the box?
Because if you notice right there, I've got my Jessica Fletcher Murder She Wrote, and I got another Phantasm in the box.
Okay, I'll let you off then.
I only own 4 pops because I don't really collect them, right? So I got a free one from Blade Runner 2049 or whatever it's called, which is the Dave Bautista character, which I was happy about because I thought he was pretty cool in the movie. I got 2 tall men from Phantasm, which I don't know why, but every time I see this little guy, there's 2 things that bring me like super joy at my desk. That is Phantasm, and that is the Rocketeer, which this is just sticky stuff because I usually have it sticking on top of there, so it's just like museum wax. But anyway, I love these little things.
Pretty cool.
Yes.
I've got loads of pops. I had like a little bit of a stage where I had like loads, and then we bought each other loads for Christmas, and now we just have like boxes of.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I only have a couple. So Murder She Wrote. I would have Columbo if they ever made one, but they didn't. So I've come close to like I've come close to like buying like a custom one from somebody, but it was ridiculously expensive, so I never did. But anyway. So yeah, those make me super happy.
Well, I'm glad that you're happy.
I am. I just like, and I only got a second one because I never noticed the box one that I got. I had a special like order it before it came out, but I didn't know he had a little silver spear in his hand. No, you probably don't know the movies, but there's other people that might know the movies. So I was like, we were stopped at a store and it was on sale, and I'm like, oh, what? There's another one. It's got a sphere in his hand. Like mine doesn't have that. So I bought it, and then I got home, and mine does have it. So I got to take one out of the box, and it sits right here next to me. So yeah,
it's cool though. I have Mrs. Nesbit out of Toy Story when Buzz is like drunk on the fact that he's not actually like an astronaut, and he's having a little tea party, and he thinks he's Mrs. Nesbit.
I don't remember Toy Story.
Okay, well that sucks because that will bring you joy. Because he's like pouring himself a cup of tea with a fake hand. I've got a pop of Buzz as Mrs. Nesbit, and I really want to take it out the box because it's got like an apron and a teacup. I'm looking at it right now, and a teacup and like a kettle, and I want to take it out and like
show me. Can you grab it?
Huh?
Can you grab it? Can you show me what this is?
I can.
Awesome. I don't know who Miss Nesbit is.
Hold on. How can I put it so you can see it? So he's got crap on him.
Oh, there you go. Wait, the side of the box. The side of the box. No, the other side. The picture. It's easier to see.
Oh my god, I'm so close to the camera.
I have no idea who that is in Toy Story.
It's Buzz, but it's Buzz when he's had a mental breakdown and he's having cups of tea with the girl.
Oh man, I don't remember that at all. Is that the first movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I was never a huge like Toy Story fan. My kids love it, but yeah, I don't know. Don't ask me.
Weird. You're a weirdo.
I guess so. All right, so
I'm happy I got to share Buzz.
Is it Buzz or is it Mrs. Nesbit?
Wow.
Oh, I got something to show you. I don't know if you're gonna like this, but I don't care. So, you know what sub something Hello Kitty? Hello Kitty. Do you know Hello Kitty?
Hello Kitty.
Yeah. What is that?
Yeah, the little weird like Japanese like kitty cat thing.
Yeah. So what's it? Do you know what it's like Sub Rosa or Sub? I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, the company. So they just did this partnership with Ninja Turtles. So that's my Raphael.
That's pretty cool.
Raphael Hello Kitty. So they got a
I
bunch of
love Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you can see back there, but that's a Ninja Turtle mask and a Ninja Turtle cup for the new Ninja Turtle movie that came out. Did you see that?
Cool. No, I
Came
never
in-
saw it. Megan Fox was in it, wasn't she? Is that the one?
Megan Fox isn't in it. It's a
And I
cartoon.
don't know what you're on about.
Really? Nine Inch Nails did the soundtrack.
Are you on about the first Ninja Turtles? The
No!
actual. What?
The new one. A new one. It just came out like, I don't know, a year or two ago. You serious? You haven't heard anything about the...
No, I've literally not. Is that full animation one? Not like a live action animation where they make them like CGI'd?
It's animated, but it's not traditional animation. It's different. Ice Cube is in it, I think. Sounds like Ice T more than Ice Cube, but plays a bad guy. It's really good. If you haven't seen it, it's really good. It's got the girl that from The Bear. Did you watch The Bear? You don't watch The Bear? You got to watch The Bear. Okay, I'm going to get that to you. You got to watch it. You're going to love it.
Okay, I promise to watch it. I feel like that's a t-shirt. Have you watched The Bear? I don't.
It
feel like
probably
it's
should be
great.
because, like, yeah, everybody watches it. That'd be like,
Exactly.
have you watched The Walking Dead? You know, that kind of thing.
Oh.
But it's got one of the actresses from The Bear plays April O'Neil in it. But I don't know. It's really good. And Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross does the soundtrack, and the soundtrack is really phenomenal. It was just a really great movie. I'm surprised you don't know about it if you like Ninja Turtles. It's really
No,
good.
I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've not seen anything about that.
Wow, that's so strange. Anyway, yeah, good movie. All right, toys aside, time for tonight's drink. You ready? That looks cool. Is that an owl? Looks like an owl.
Here's an owl.
I got it right. Cool. All right, tonight's drink is the Trinidad Temptress. I don't know what a Nick or Nora glass is. Do you know what that is? Nick and
No.
Nora, a coupe glass or a Nick and Nora glass? I am interested to find out. And as one of our viewers or listeners decided to so rightfully comment how Jason never researches things before the podcast, they're absolutely fucking right.
They are spot on.
They
That's
are
a
spot
real.
on.
That's a genuine review because they've listened. They're
Yeah.
aware.
I don't know if I can show a picture here. If I can, I will figure that out at some point. Oh, you know what I can do? I think I can change the over. It's going to be stupid. I'm going to do this just because I think it's funny. So bear with me for a second.
I really like the review that says your host tried to charm us with some whimsical banter. I thought charm. That really is not in our repertoire. Charm is. I haven't tried to actively charm somebody since I got married.
Yeah,
I'll
right?
be
What are they
honest.
talking about?
Yeah, it's kind of just whimsical nonsense is probably a better description. But thank you for trying to make it sound better than what it actually is.
All right, let's see if this works. Oh, you see it? They
I can
replaced
see
our
nothing
logo.
except your face.
You don't see anything but my face?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, really? How come I can
Really?
see you can't see yourself either?
Yeah, I can see me and you, but that's no different to what I was seeing before.
So look in your top left-hand corner of your screen. You don't see the icon, the glass? You don't see the glass?
Ooh. See? There. I didn't realise that's where I was supposed to be looking. I thought I was looking at you.
Do you see the glass? That's a
I
Nick
see
and
the
Nora
glass.
glass. That's a Nick and Nora glass.
Oh,
Yep. Okay. Anyway,
yeah.
you ruined my
What's
fun,
that?
Carly.
Sorry.
All right. The The Trinidad Temptress in a coupe or a Nick and Nora glass. The ingredients are 2 ounces of dark rum, 75 ounces, 0.75 ounces of sweet vermouth, 0.5 ounce of velvet falernum, velvet falernum, for island spice and subtle sweetness. Don't know what it is. Hey, folks at home, I'm going to Google it right now on the show.
It's for a change.
What is Jesus Christ, falernum? Offers a complex flavor profile with notes of lime, almond, clove, and vanilla. It's a versatile liqueur known for its subtle sweetness and lower alcohol content, making it a popular choice in tiki and tropical cocktails. I don't make those, so that's probably why. It balances the tangy citrus of lime with the warmth of cloves and the nutty sweetness of almonds, which I'm allergic to almonds, so I'm sure it won't be a big deal. But anyway, there you go. That's Velvet Falernum. 0.5 ounces of fresh lime juice, 2 dashes of Ignostra bitters, and a garnish, a flaming orange peel or a Luxardo cherry, which you hate. So we'll go with the orange peel. All right. Add all the ingredients into a shaker with ice. Shake until the ice sounds different. Strain into a chilled coupe or Nick and Nora glass. Express an orange peel over the top, and if you want a little theater, a nod to hate, I'm going to skip my little part right there because it's going to give away things. You can flame the orange peel briefly before dropping it in. All right. That is the Trinidad Temptress. But it's dark rum and vermouth, and I think it sounds really good, actually.
I like anything with dark rum and a bit of vanilla, so I'm in.
Cool. All right. Let's see here. All right, that was the drink for tonight. I'm so rusty right now. Carly, you're supposed to like chime in when I stop talking.
I didn't know if you were playing dead and pretending that the Wi-Fi like stuck.
Oh yeah, freeze.
Like,
yeah, I would be terrible at that. So yes. Anyway, back to what we're supposed to be doing here. The Trinidad Temptress is the drink for tonight. And before we get into tonight's movie, we're going to watch the trailer. And here's tonight's trailer. Forgive me, folks. I'm a little rusty. I feel like I need to watch one of our podcasts to remember our order of operation.
Oh, that could be fun. We could do that for like our 100th episode. You could just watch all of the podcast episodes and that can be the episode. Oh no, because that's like an eternity of us talking. Oh, no, never mind.
You just want to torture people.
You do.
All right. So anyway, folks, here is the trailer for tonight's movie.
Well, here she is. Now you can see her again. Rita Hawyworth.
A chicka chick boom.
Yes, Rita Hawyworth is back. Back again with all the beauty and magic that thrilled and excited you in so many great motion pictures of the past.
It's only that I do what I love and love what I do. Can't help the mad desire that's deep inside of you. You realize the fault isn't mine.
And she's back with the man you've always wanted to see her with, Glenn Ford.
Look, I don't want any more of this double talk. I want answers that make sense.
most notorious woman on an island of intrigue, and a young American fighting sinister forces that menace a nation's safety.
With launching bases in the Caribbean, there is not a vital area in the United States that is not within striking distance.
What is it between you and him?
There's nothing between us.
Is that why he looks at you the way he does, like he can't wait to get his arms around you?
I can't help how he looks at me, but his arms have never been around me.
Chris.
Here they are, the lovers of Gilda, reunited in a drama of daring and danger. You'll see Rita dancing again, loving again, in one of the most colorful roles of her career. You'll see Glenn fighting his way through a mass of lies and intrigue, trying to find out whether the woman he loves is an angel or a devil.
When a man is married to a goddess, he must expect other men to worship her.
You're lying.
Are you still here? What are you waiting for?
Here is Colombia's most important entertainment event of 1952. You'll see a picture filled with adventure and suspense, and you'll see a host of new faces direct from the Broadway stage, brought together for Affair in Trinidad.
You forgot a lot of things. You forgot to tell me he was a friend of yours as well as Neil's. That he bought Neil's paintings. Did you also forget to tell me he bought Neil's wife?
You'd better be going while the going is good. Many loves have I. You were just one more.
Yay! Rita Hawyworth. That was the trailer
Fan.
for what?
Are you not a fan?
Yeah, I think she's great.
Well, you just sounded like so like.
Oh, it's the dance number.
Oh yeah.
That was a trailer for Affair in Trinidad. Affair in Trinidad is a 1952 American film noir directed by Vincent Sherman and starring Rita Hawyworth as Chris Emery, Glenn Ford as Steve Emery, Alexander Skirby as Max Fabian, and Valerie Beatis as Veronica Hubling. It was produced by Hayward's Beckworth Corporation and released by Columbia Pictures. And it's notable as Hayward's comeback film after 4 years away from Columbia, I assume as a contract player, as a reteaming of the stars of Gilda, and for a firing opening number in which Hawyworth dances barefoot to calypso music. Hayward's singing voice is dubbed by Joanne Greer, who later also sang for her in Miss Sadie Thompson and Pal Joey. The film's gross take at the box office exceeded Gilda by $1 million, which is substantial for the time. So I'm pretty sure I told you this. So Shawnee and I were out up in Lake Tahoe for our anniversary, our 21st anniversary. And we went to a bar. It's a really cool kind of place where you have to get it's like it's not a speakeasy, but they sort of play it like a speakeasy. In order to get in, you have to find the password. And the only way to get the password is if you follow them on Instagram. So it's a little obnoxious, but it's also kind of cool.
Ooh.
So a funny thing happened a couple years ago. We wanted to go to that place, but we couldn't get in because we couldn't figure out the password. Right next to it is a place called Roaring 20s. So we're like, okay, cool. That sounds cool. We'll go there. So we go into it, and there's like a cover charge of $20 per person. We're like, oh, this place is going to be awesome, right? Who's going to charge $20 per person, right? Cool. So we go down. Unbeknownst to us, it was a strip club. Had no 1920s like decorations, had no like vibe of 1920s or anything. It was just a strip club. So we're like, screw that. We already spent $40 here. So we just sat at the bar and drank drinks and stuff. And as we left, we talked to somebody, I think, and figured out how to get into the other place. And we're like, okay, we'll have to do that next time. So for our
Oh.
anniversary this year, we figured it out and we went there, which ended up also having a cover charge, which was more. It was like $30 per person, I think. Or yeah, I think that's what it was. It was pretty expensive, right? And they give you a 2-hour limit, so you pick your seats, and then you can only be there for like 2 hours before they kick you out. Which we didn't really experience that. I think we were there for longer than that, but that's what it says online. So, anyways, it was a pretty cool little bar. The drinks were great. But up on one of the walls, they had like a big giant screen like TV playing noir films. This movie, Affair in Trinidad, came on, and it looked like it was pretty good. It's muted, so you can't hear it or anything. But it looked like a pretty decent movie, and it obviously had been like restored because like it was pristine, like 4K, like quality, whatever. It looked great. And so I stopped one of the guys that was working. I was like, "Hey, do you know what movie's playing?" And they're like, "Nobody's ever asked us that before." And it's like, "No, I don't know. Like, can you find out?" And he's like, they're like, "I guess so." So he went back and figured it out and let me know what it was. And that's why I was like, "Hey, Carly, you ever seen this?" So that's how this movie came about.
I would not have survived in that situation. A, I would never have found the password. B, I would have got pissed off that I wanted to go in and couldn't find the password. C, when I got in and realised that they wanted to charge me like $30, I'd be like, "Excuse me, well, what are you giving me for that $30? Where's my complimentary drink? 2 hours? Are you having a laugh, mate? I'm sorry, are you falling over customers here?"
Right.
And then you play a bloody film on mute and you don't even know what you're playing.
Yeah. No, they didn't care. They didn't give a shit. It's all atmosphere. That's all it was. But it worked for me. Yeah. So they got us here, though. If we hadn't done that.
Was the bar, like, was the place busy, though, after all this rigmarole?
Oh, it was super
getting in?
busy. Yeah, it was busy. Yeah. And they have a live musician that played for a little while, which didn't, in my opinion, didn't fit the vibe. He was good, but it didn't, like, fit the tone kind of thing.
Oh.
But yeah, it was super busy. Yeah. And it was nice. Like, it was a nice looking bar, you know, and the drinks were really good. Like, they were not cheap, but they were really good. And they were probably like $18 a drink, which is like, yeah, right. But you know, if you don't want to go home with a headache, you know, with cheap liquor, but so anyway,
you're paying for the experience, aren't you? I suppose
yeah, more or less, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was good. Like the next day, we went to like a German place and had like German sausages and stuff like that, and that was pretty cool. Like we did other stuff, but like we just really, from our last experience, we're just like, hey, we really want to go to this bar and check it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so if we had never gone to, what was it called? The strip club place. If we had never gone there, we would have never probably ended up in this place.
Wow.
But it's a good time. And we would not be here today talking about Affair in Trinidad, right? However, before we get too far into our nonsense, Carly, hopefully you have an amazing In a Nutshell synopsis.
I don't know about amazing, but I have one.
Fired.
So, okay. So, in sultry Trinidad, a sharp-tongued songbird and a hot-headed man of action chase the same murderer so slyly that they spend more time outwitting each other than the actual killer.
Yeah, that's pretty true, isn't it? Which is kind of like my biggest problem with the movie. I enjoyed the setup and everything of it. It's like almost like the middle part of the movie like bugs me. And it's all script. It's all script. It's all like, you know, they set up this like concept, this murder mystery kind of thing, and this love affair that just happens too fast for my taste, but it's fine. It's a movie.
It was a montage. So why didn't you believe it? It was a montage of them.
Yeah. We drove in a car. We're on a boat. We drove in a car. We're in love.
We're on a fishing boat.
Yeah. The best 3 days is better than the past 3 years, you know? Yeah, it was, it happened pretty quick, but whatever. People react differently. And obviously they did drive it home that her and her husband were not in love anymore and having problems and all that kind of stuff. So whatever, that's fine. But I did really like the setup. I like the idea. Okay, it's intriguing. The husband's dead. You're thinking like, oh, she did it or whatever. And as it goes through it, you're like, oh, she's really believable. I thought the acting was really good, which I enjoyed a lot. And Rita Hayworth is just gorgeous in the movie. And I really enjoyed everybody's acting. I thought everybody was great. Glenn Ford was a little stiff for me. But when he had like something to do besides scowl, like it was cool. Like he was fine. But sometimes he's just standing there, you know.
Yeah, but that's what I love about Glenn Ford. I love his resting bitch face. It's just like,
yeah.
Like he would give any woman a good run for their money. His resting bitch face, especially if he starts doing this. Oh, brilliant.
So, I mean, it works to a certain extent, especially because there's all this stuff sort of happening to him, you know, or at him, I guess, because it's not really happening to him because he is injecting himself, but then just sort of like injecting himself and just standing around being a dick. You know, I'm crashing your party. Well, I don't like you. Like, why'd you come? You know? So it's kind of like they gave him like, I think that's part of the plot issue. It's like, so folks at home, how it's set up is like her husband dies and the police come to her and they're like, hey, look, we're going to ruin your life because it's the only way that we can nail the person who we think killed your husband. Right. We're going to slander your name. Yeah. We're going to slander your name in the papers. Because the only way we can figure out how to nail this guy, we assume you want him to be, you know, put behind bars and that kind of stuff. She's like, well,
either you did it or he did it. Kind of thing.
Right.
It's like you did it or he did it. So are you helping us say that he did it or did you do it?
Right. And she's like, well, I guess do what you got to do. It sucks, but whatever. And we're just like, really?
Yeah.
So like, or you can help us out. And she's like, well, okay, that's a better alternative. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, I'll do it. Right. Except for the biggest issue is that what the fuck does she do for them? Like so little to me that she does. Like she's not like what does she do? Oh, I went to his house. There's people there. Great job. You did a great job. Thank you so much. I'm like, they could have just staked out the house and been like, okay, there's people there.
Would have seen the same people coming and going. Yeah, because she only identified like 2. Didn't she?
Yeah.
But if they'd have watched them coming in and out, they would have been able to identify them that fast as well.
Right. And the other thing is, like, they had photographs of all of them.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? So it's like almost like they already knew who was involved, right? So like she did nothing. And then she gets, like, later on in the movie, she gets into the little bungalow house or whatever in the back, right? They get the key for her or whatever. And like, what good does that do? She gets in there, she overhears things. All it does is get her in trouble. She never gets that information back to the police, right? Yeah. She's there the whole night. Like, nothing that she does for the police like makes any sense. So it's like, it's this huge thing of like getting her trapped into this stuff, but then nothing comes of it. So it's like, that's my biggest, I think, issue with the plot of the movie is that it really fails to deliver on the premise, right?
Yeah.
Other than the affair part, right? Like her and Mr. Emery, the brother, Steve.
Steve, because I got so fed up of everybody using the first names all the time. Thanks, Steve. Yeah. Hi, Steve. That's Steve. Hey, Steve. But then they all did it. Hi, Max. Hi, Max. Hi, Max. Hi, Chris. Hi, Chris. Look at. Oh my God.
Right. Yeah. And it was like Lost Boys where they say Michael like 1,000 times, you know, in the Lost Boys. It's like, Jesus. Okay, his name's Michael. We get it.
Is that Steve by any chance? Bloody hell.
Right. I did find it interesting that Rita Hayworth's character's name is Chris, and then her maid is also a male name, Dominic.
It was to be Dominique.
Was it Dominique?
I thought it was Dominique, but she was saying it kind of. She didn't kind of have the emphasis on Dominique. It sounded a lot like Dominic.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming that maybe it was Dominique, but then also I was like, oh, her name is Chris. Maybe she is saying it. Maybe it is Dominic. So I
And
thought that
it's
was
spelled Chris, as in like the way that you would normally spell a male's name, Chris. It's not even like a K or for Christine. It
Mhm.
kind of was spelt a little bit odd as well.
Yeah, I mean it is. It is. I mean, I don't know if there's any like tried true way to spell a female version of Chris, but that would be the most common way that I know of. Or instead of CH, like CRIS, maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's what I was expecting, especially for the time. I would have
Yeah, that's what I'm
thought,
saying.
but
It's
I
odd
don't
for the
know.
time. Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
that was strange. But before we even get into that, we open up in what I would call like the Temple of Doom like scene, right? I don't know if you're familiar with Indiana Jones Temple of Doom, but it opens with this huge like dance number with Kate Capshaw, and it's really amazing and it's really silly at the same time. And that's what I felt like with this. It's like super, like it's not like it's bad, but I think it's very much of the time probably and of the culture of maybe Trinidad, which I don't really know anything about. Because I know it's choreographed by a famous dancer and all that kind of stuff, but I really found a lot of it just to be silly. And I hate to say it because I don't want to offend anybody, especially for the time, if it was something that was like amazing. I really don't know. By my personal opinion standards of today, it just came off really kind of silly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like,
no, I kind of feel the same way because when I was watching it and she started doing all this and then she's not even moving her legs and I was like,
yeah, it was like
what's
either
this?
or. She's either up here doing this thing or like you'll see the legs move. It was almost like a Spanish kind of like, I don't know. It was very strange.
She doesn't do it. She doesn't do it in time. It's like, ole, ole.
Right.
It was just it just felt kind of like jarring and weird. But then afterwards, when I was just having a quick look, apparently the woman who played Valerie choreographed that with her, and it was a massive deal that she had bare feet.
Yeah.
So that says to me that if they like kicked off that much about her having bare feet, then there must be something about her maybe showing her legs or something that they were like, "Oh, calm down, that's a bit much."
Yeah, which I was interested about because there is one of the dances without where she's wearing like high heels. And that caught my interest first because I'm like, geez, that's probably hard to do. What if she's doing the high heels? And then she has another dance barefoot. And I'm just like, okay, well, it's probably like very strongly cultural or whatever, even though I thought it was odd because she's obviously from America and just visiting. So it's like she's bringing a cultural dance from America to another country or something. Like I wasn't quite, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you've got an American dancer in a place, it'd probably be something more Americanized. Would make more sense because that's what would be more interesting to somebody seeing something new or different.
unless that's why people get a bit stroppy with her about dancing because it's kind of like maybe she shouldn't be doing like more of a native dance when she's American. Maybe that's why they get a bit stroppy with her because people do seem to get a bit funny about dancing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure. Could be. I just know that me personally,
She's a very good dancer, isn't she? Rita Hawyworth is a very good dancer, so it's not like she's intentionally just not moving very much because she danced with like Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire or Gene Kelly. So, like, it's not that she can't do something more choreographed. It's obviously for a purpose.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I'm not sure what the whole thing behind that is, other than like I think it was like that was a big deal at the time, and today it just kind of comes off a little hokey, maybe. At least that's to me. But what do I know?
Stiff. It comes across a bit stiff, I think.
For
today's standards, it's a bit.
Yeah, I think we've seen better. Maybe even better in lower budget movies too. I almost would have preferred her to be.
You just saw me going like this.
Yeah. I almost think it would have been better if it was just sort of like a nightclubby, like lounge singing, opposed to
Yeah.
But hey, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this was Rita Hayworth's comeback vehicle, as they put it, after being away for 4 years. And I think it's really interesting that they tried to like do capture lightning in a bottle sort of thing again, with the making it so similar to Gilda. Just sort of changing the location more or less, because even the actors are fairly the same, at least the two leads. So I don't know. I'm not sure what the real idea behind that was, other than just trying to capitalize on something that has already been seen before, but it was produced by Rita Hayworth's company. So I'm guessing that was sort of like a push from her, more so than the studio, maybe, but I'm not sure.
Or maybe she just wanted the money. She wanted a bit more money.
Could be. It could be. Not really sure. But I mean, I think a lot of people do compare it to Gilda, obviously, and then also Notorious from Alfred Hitchcock, which is a similar-ish plot, which Notorious is probably a lot better, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I watched this with Shawnee, and Shawnee was like, "That's not very noir, is it?" And I'm like, "I don't know. It had some noir stuff to me. It didn't really strike me as not being noir, but I guess it is like way more romance driven, and even like the spy stuff, like the crime aspect of it, is very like front heavy, and then romance, and then spy stuff. You know what I mean? It's like it is very romance driven. So I don't know. What did you think about that in terms of like it's noir?
It's kind of like, this is one of the rare occasions where the romance didn't actually irritate me, because I didn't feel like it was too much, other than that ridiculous montage. But I don't feel like it was too much in my face. And even though I don't necessarily believe the circumstances of them sort of wanting to become a couple or becoming a couple, because I liked them together, it was still okay. I quite liked their chemistry, and I quite liked the idea of them. So I could kind of live with that. And then it wasn't pushed too much, because he was just sort of resting bitch face all the time, and she was trying to do a little espionage bit. It was kind of like dark romance, which made me think, okay, that could be a bit film noirish, and he's a little bit aggy, and he's a little bit fisticuffsy, and you can get that. But for the rest of it, really, I didn't generally feel like it was massively noir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The villain didn't, like, he was like having a Labrador puppy that's chasing you for a biscuit.
Right.
I don't even, like, he didn't even end up, as far as I could read, killing her husband. He obviously got other people to do it.
Right.
All he did was throw parties, and he wasn't very threatening. So it's not like there was like a threatening villain.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't look overly film noir.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I did, however, really like the cinematography. I thought the lighting was really good in it. Not necessarily film noir, except for maybe at the parties at night kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like the outside stuff. But I really did enjoy like the cinematography for the most part. Nothing over the top or special, but particularly like the lighting, I thought looked pretty good.
Yeah, it did. It was a good looking film.
Yeah. Even the costuming for the most part, I thought was pretty good and fun. I think it might have won an award for costuming.
Was it? So it was nominated or won an Oscar, but Don't know what for. It's like it was costume or sound, something like that, maybe.
Yeah, I almost think I did run across it winning something for costuming, but I didn't. Again,
She looked fabulous, didn't
she
she? Her
did, yeah,
outfits looked
yeah,
incredible. They really
mhm.
did.
Yeah. Everything they put her in, she looked great,
Yeah.
and so I mean, I could understand that, but nothing was like, wow, that's amazing. Like they did a fantastic, you know what I mean? But everything was just like
Mm,
it was good, but it
yeah.
wasn't like, wow, this was good. And that was sort of like I think what keeps it down is like they didn't really excel at any one given thing, but it's good enough to I would consider to be called a good decent movie.
Yeah.
But it feels like what they had behind them that it's like one of those films where you watch like that should have been a lot better, than it was. And that's a difficult, I think that's almost worse than watching a bad movie, you know, to watch a movie where it's like that has so much potential, and it just kind of missed the
Yeah.
mark sort of thing. But again, like not that it's bad or anything, but and I don't feel like we got to see a whole lot of the Caribbean sort of like location. You know what I mean?
No.
Like even when they're on their like montage, it's like everything was like close up. You didn't really see anything. Like they're in a boat, and it's like Shawnee was even like, what are they doing? It looks like they're flying. And I'm like,
Yeah, there
I
was,
think they're in a sailboat.
considering that it's like they made it could have been set anywhere
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and it wouldn't have changed a thing. And I was expecting, with Trinidad being in the title, I was expecting there to be like, I don't know, some government complications or I know that there was kind of like the espionage political kind of stuff, but it wasn't like,
Some sort of like touch of evil, kind of like
yeah,
border
like I
issues.
thought, or they would have, considering that it happened at at sea and it was the water and it was the port. I thought, oh, well, maybe they'll use some lovely night shots of kind of like, I know they can't just like go Trinidad and do that, but like you would have thought that they might have made a little bit more out of it, or at least tried to make a bit more out of it,
Mhm.
considering it was called that and it didn't
Yeah.
really end up having any relevance whatsoever. It could have been in San Francisco.
Yeah, it didn't really. I mean, maybe it mattered at the time in terms of like country and where espionage can take place per se. These people getting together and like having the ability to like do whatever the hell they're doing. Because I did read something about somebody saying like, what country is trying to do this? Like it's not specific. It doesn't really say. But one guy kind of sounds like he's got a German accent. What would Germany be wanting to do in 1952? Like it's after the war. Like it wouldn't make sense. And then they're saying like Cuba is being targeted because of the map they pull down and show. And they're like, are they trying to imply it's Russia? Nobody really has a Russian accent. Like there's a lot of ambiguity in terms of like who is wanting this to happen and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because he kind of sounds like British,
Mm-hmm.
like posh British, weird sort of kind of accent. She's obviously American. You've got like a French guy
Mm-hmm.
who doesn't sound French, but he's called French, and then sort of like dips and ebbs and flows into like a French accent. Obviously, like you said, the kind of like German sounding chap. Then you've got the guy from, well, I have absolutely no idea what country he was from. Yeah, I can understand that it's not overly clear who's doing what and why
Right.
in that location
It's just
specifically.
we want to blow up America. We want to be able to like create missiles to take out these. Okay, let's kill Chicago and San Francisco and Cuba. And like,
Yeah.
all right.
But like, why do you have to do that in Trinidad? Why could you not like?
Right.
Because
It's
they
like
made
it's
a
almost
whole
like
thing about the pilots with his brother coming down, because he obviously got him down for a reason, which I would assume to be a pilot for them. But
right.
then that got shut down so early. We never learned anything about the planes, the airstrip, how they were doing it, what
Mhm.
he really did beyond flying that one plane.
Right. That was the whole thing. Is
So
like they have that whole plot point that's just it goes missing. right? They kind of build him up that he was a pilot in the military or whatever it was, and then he meets the doctor guy who wrote some papers about this stuff, and then the job with his brother writing information about having a job and inviting him down. Like there's this whole setup, and then it's like, what happened? What was that about? We didn't find out what the job was. We didn't find out about any. There was no anything other information about the planes or any of that kind of stuff. It was just gone.
I thought that was really interesting. You know, when he spoke to the doctor and he actually like complimented on him on his book, and he seemed like really interested. I thought that could be really interesting because if he gets into a conversation with him about something, he might find out A, he's lying, B, change his mind about something. You know, there was loads of different avenues that they could have gone down with that. And then that went away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That was interesting. I wonder if there was cut stuff. Maybe the plot was too complicated, so they went for more ambiguity and like relied more on the romance side of it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I did want to talk about the slap though. That like was like, whoa, like he really slapped the shit out of her.
He let rip, didn't he, in front of a room full of people, and everybody was went, oh.
Yep, I felt it. I was like, oh, I literally like out loud was like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I was like, I mean, okay, maybe men in the 50s couldn't read between the lines very well. Because I mean, like, it was pretty obvious. She's like, not now, right? And then like she does something to like get him out of there, and it's like, I just feel like maybe we could read a little between the lines a little bit better than just like.
How was he not getting it? How was he not getting it?
I don't know. And then also, I think that like, even though the police are like, don't tell him, we need to check him out first. And it's like, okay, tell him anyway, right? It's only going to get you in like deeper fucking trouble. And yeah, it was just a little like crazy, but I was really surprised that like, I mean, you see people slap each other in these older films like that, but that one was like, there's another movie we watched where I think that somebody got hit pretty hard, it seemed like. And I think we were both like, damn, seemed like over the top. I can't remember what movie it was, but maybe
Was it Mildred Pierce? Was it Mildred Pierce when she slapped
could have been. I can't
the daughter?
remember.
And it looked like she slapped her into next week because she looked like she was putting her jaw back together when she turned back around. It looked that bad.
It could have been, yeah. It's been a while, but yeah, so this one was kind of on that same level though, where it was like, it's a memorable slap. You know?
I didn't think he was going to slap her. I thought he was just going to like shove her and say something like Aggie and then just storm off. I didn't think he was going to like belt her across the face and everyone was just going to stand there.
I mean, it's more common in these movies that you see men slap other men because it's almost like demasculating to like, I don't know if that's the word, but just like to slap a man in the face and be like, "Wow, he slapped me." You know what I mean? But like, yeah, that was surprising to me. I didn't think that was gonna happen, and I was surprised to see it in the trailer too, to have that shot in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, and even the like sort of kissing scene between them, like seemed like that was a lot longer than you would normally see, like almost like they're really kind of pushing the boundaries of like the rules at the time. I wonder if that was the thing. I couldn't find any information on it, but it did seem like it was a little more than you would normally get from those scenes.
Yeah.
You know, the raining scene when they're going out there and he's smoking and she's smoking, and they're like, and it just seemed like it was a little more than normal, but I don't know. Who knows? I did like
but do you reckon that's because they were in love for like 40 years or whatever, and maybe they were sort of like pushing the boundaries? Oh, the audience will like it if we're like really fiery.
You could have been, yeah. I have no idea, you know, but I assumed like again just from like the ratings issues at the time, you know, or maybe that stuff was kind of already like over with. I'm not real sure. So I know that it was very specific. Like you'd only kiss for like a certain number of seconds or certain ways or whatever, you know. But I don't know. Interesting. But all right, Carly. I think we're at that time to rate this movie. Who wants to go first? No. All right, I'll go first. So I was really excited to watch this movie. I thought it looked great when I saw it at the bar, and I don't know Rita Hawyworth very well, but when I saw it up on the screen, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Rita Hawyworth. So I was excited to be right. That was I recognized her. Yay! Because I don't know her that well. I'm still going through my, catalog of film noirs and all that kind of stuff, and I definitely have holes and, obviously, but it looked really great. Like the movie looked fantastic up on the screen stuff, so I was pretty excited to like check it out. But then when I found out the name, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe this is more of a love story. I'm not real sure. Which it kind of turned out to be, But overall, I was really impressed with like the acting. I did really love the lighting and the cinematography of it, and I did enjoy the soundtrack too. The score for the movie I thought was a little better than most noirs. I felt like it felt more in place in a lot of areas than just big band sort of like music. So I really did enjoy a lot of aspects of it, but the plot did really let me down. I wouldn't say it's necessarily confusing, just super ambiguous. They did not really give enough information to like really drive home what it is, and I think that they were really just trying to let the audience live with the romance aspect of it instead of get caught up in the plot like a Hitchcock movie or something. So I didn't really like that. I wanted more of like, why the hell are we here kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that did bother me. But overall, I think it was worth the watch. I enjoyed watching it. It wasn't a bad movie, I don't think. Again, like I was saying before, I think it's like it got to a certain point where like, okay, this is pretty good, but it doesn't quite reach the level where I think that it could have been. And I'm not sure where that breakdown is, if it's the studio, the direction, the script, or what portion of it is. It's my opinion, it's definitely not the actors. I think they're all doing a fine job. The direction seems pretty good to me. And I'm just not sure where that sort of like fell apart, other than I just, knowing that it was like her comeback role and she's pulling people from, Gilda, and it's a similar plot and those sorts of things. I think that they were really just trying to push the romance side of it, which I think hurt the movie overall. So I don't, my rating, I don't think reflects the fact of like whether I would watch it again, because I think I probably might watch it again. I wouldn't be opposed to watching it again. But my rating is fairly low. Like I only give it a 5, just because it's sort of like, it's sort of the middle. Like I like enough about it where but I just don't think it was that good, just overall. There's a lot of things that I liked about it, but just the culmination of all of that just still kind of was a flat movie for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I almost gave it a 6, but I'm like, no, 6 to me is like something I definitely would watch again. I would probably, actively like put it on, but I don't think that I would actively put it on unless somebody's like, hey, let's watch this movie. And I'd be like, okay. I wouldn't be like, no, it's a terrible movie, I don't want to watch that. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
So it was good enough. It's worth a watch, but I don't think that I would necessarily actively put it on again unless somebody else wanted to watch it. That kind of thing. So 5 gens out of 10.
Wow. That's quite surprising. I thought that you would have given it higher, to be honest.
Yeah, well, full of surprises.
You are, indeed.
My pronunciations.
I think I'm going to surprise you now.
I hope so. I've been waiting for surprises this whole conversation.
I actually give it an 8.
Oh, that is surprising. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I even surprised myself. To be honest.
Can't wait to hear this.
Because so I'm not the most massive fan of Rita Hayworth.
Or women in general.
Or women in general. I just feel like she's so expressionless at times. Sometimes I can watch her and she's brilliant. And then like this, I don't think you can say that she's particularly like she kind of acts like this, and then every now and again she might act through her eyes. You don't really get a great deal. She's very hit and miss to me. But I don't actually think that was a bad thing in this film. Because Glenn Ford can also be like that, I think. He can be very kind of like stoic and a bit like Raymond Burr.
Oh, yeah. Boring.
Yeah. But again, I quite like Glenn Ford. So it's kind of like a trait of his. It doesn't bother me that much. And because the two of them were kind of doing it, I thought, match made in heaven here. I could completely understand why they fell in love.
Right.
I wasn't overly keen on the romance bit, but it didn't. I liked it in the second half of the film because I quite liked the fact that he didn't know what she was doing and she couldn't tell him why she was doing it. And I was getting really frustrated with him because he wouldn't just ask the maid what was going on.
Who did a brilliant job, by the way. I thought she was great. I forgot to bring that up, but she was. I really loved her character. She was just like, "This is what you need to do. Now go do it."
She was just like full of pearls of wisdom. Like she was brilliant. And even though she kind of like tried to tell him something wasn't quite right, he just didn't have enough of a conversation to actually get to the root of it properly. And why she didn't tell her to tell him to go to the police is beyond me because they said that she could tell him. But anyway. And I actually thought it was quite suspenseful in the third half of it. I was a bit like when she was in that room, I was like, "What? Get out! What are you doing?" I could quite like that.
It did surprise me when she opened the door and there's like that whole group of them out there. I was like, "Oh crap!"
Was just stood there.
Yeah.
It was like something out the X-Files, like when you open the door and then there's just like a cult of aliens or something there. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
But like the thing that bothered me a little bit with it was like the stupidity of certain things, which I think because I don't think they had a full script when they started filming it, so I can understand on the fly.
I didn't catch that or read that anywhere. I didn't find that. That's cool. Interesting.
Yeah. So, well, I think actually Rita Hayworth got in trouble because she was sort of like sat around waiting to film, and because they didn't have a script, she was like, "Well, I'm not doing anything." And then in the end, they said, "Well, you're just going to keep getting fined. Here's something. Get on with it." And I believe that that's kind of what happened. But like when he went to go back to the house because she hadn't come home because she'd been trapped in the house and they were keeping her hostage, why didn't he take the maid with him as backup? Because when he actually got her and he had the gun and then the guy was creeping behind him, if he'd have had the maid that was like a second push, that would have been brilliant. When he hit the guy at the car, instead of taking his gun and going inside, why didn't he just pretend he was the driver? There was just lots of different things that were just silly choices. Then again, his character's quite hot-headed and silly, so I guess you would probably do that in real life anyway.
Yeah, he's very reactionary.
Yeah. I did actually really enjoy it. The only things that I didn't like was when she's dancing around in the musical bits. I really couldn't take to that at all. And like you said, what has she actually done for the police? What was the point in doing all of this? If that had been better and the espionage thing had been clearer, then I think it would have been a brilliant film that would have been like a 9 or a 10. But I can't say that I didn't. I found it very interesting and I didn't think I was going to. I think that's why my score is a bit higher because I thought it was going to be a lot of crap. And actually, I was quite surprised.
Sure. Yeah. Well, that's good. I think that's a great thing. I almost like it more when we don't agree on things than when we do. So I think that's a good stretch there. Because I agree on a lot of that stuff. Like I do think that some of the stuff he did is silly, but yeah, okay, it's kind of his character because he is super reactionary, like in the moment kind of thing. He's not really waiting to comprehend what people are necessarily saying. He's just like, this is my feeling, blah, do it.
Straight in.
Yeah. And I get what you're saying about Rita Hayworth. I will say this though, I did like there is a part of what she does in this film that I really like, opposed to what I see in a lot of noir. In a lot of noir, females have a tendency to overexpress, almost to a comical point, right? And don't give it enough time. So one of the standout moments for me is when the police, in a very shitty way, tell her that her husband's dead. Probably the worst way that you could do this, right? And she really takes the time to let it sink in. Every movement she does is like a reflection in slow motion, and even the cigarette thing is just, it's very I really feel like she's taking that scene and just saying whoa, we're slowing the fuck down. As to where the guys in the scene are just very much did you kill your husband? I know you did, kind of the attitude. Even though they're not saying those words, they're being very combative, in a way. And she's just what? What happened? And super slow, And I really thought that was brilliant. Yeah. It was very brilliant to me. And that right there, set the tone for her, for me, for the rest of the movie. That made that sort of maybe necessarily that lack of expression that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Help me be okay with it, I guess you could say. Because if I knew more of her in other movies, I might change that opinion. But I think I only recall maybe one other. I think Gilda may be the only other movie that I recall seeing.
It's a hard one because I've watched quite a lot with Rita Hayworth in, and I think you have to do a lot for a female in that time period to stand out.
Sure.
And I think in certain things that I've watched her in, she really, really is brilliant and she does stand out. But then it's up here or here. There's no consistency. Maybe you get with male actors. Sometimes they're kind of like Humphrey Bogart. He's done some awful films. He's done some great films. But there's usually a general level of even if he's phoning it in, he's completely watchable in a bad film, phoning it in. Whereas I think probably unfairly with the female stars is that they do an amazing one for whatever reason, whatever the situation is. They do an amazing performance, but then on the other hand, it's down here, so you couldn't just go, I'll watch a Rita Hayworth film because I know she's going to be fairly watchable in a bad film. It kind of I don't know how to describe. It's not fair how I'm saying it, but it's kind of how it comes across a little bit more. And I think that's probably down to the studio system and what they did for filming, and there's loads of factors in it, but that's why I've never been a huge fan of her. I wouldn't watch something because she was in it.
Gotcha.
But she's quite thing is, it kind of fits a character being a little bit stoic, and it doesn't necessarily do her character any harm, her being the way that she is. It's just I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think all that makes sense. And again, I think if I'd seen more stuff with her, it makes a lot of sense what you're saying from what I saw in this movie. So that could very well be the case. And because I did read where people praised her performance in this movie. But again, everything for me in this movie was very middle ground. It's not that it was bad or it just wasn't. It just felt like it should have been better.
Could have been higher.
Yeah. And so I can totally understand that. If she's better than that in something, that's awesome. If she's worse than that, that would make me second guess, So I totally get that. Yeah. All right. That's 8 gins out of 10 and 5 gins out of 10. We're still getting drunk off of that score, so we're all good.
Veronica, was it Veronica? That woman who was brilliant, amazing.
Oh yeah.
The drunk one that just puts foot in everything.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, when she first comes into that scene, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun. It's always gonna be fun. Yeah. But then that's it. She's like, oh, sorry, I got drunk. Like, yeah, thanks. I thought it was gonna be that way through the whole movie, but it wasn't.
Yeah, she calmed down and then just get everybody else drunk. She's like, ER is a drink. ER is a drink. You get more drunk than me.
Right. All right, folks, that wraps up our time in Trinidad. Never been there, probably will never be there. Maybe someday. Have you been there? You don't know? No? Okay. Is it near you? I don't know where it's at. A place where the rum is dark.
I know. I'd never come back. Maybe that's
You'd
why
never
I've not
come
been.
back. Yeah, I mean, any kind of try. I don't know. Like, it's supposed to be pretty hot there, though.
You'd probably die there.
Yeah, probably.
I'd go for like a rum tasting and just
Never.
sip.
Yeah. That's not water. Water tastes great here, just like rum.
I love my life. Drinking the rum.
Trinidad, a place where the rum runs dark and the shadows run deeper. And Rita Hawyworth proves once again that temptation can be as dangerous as betrayal. Much like our Trinidad Temptress cocktail, which I hope you guys try, it sounds good to me, the film lures you in with a sweet exotic charm only to reveal a bitter edge that lingers long after the glass is empty. Whether you see it as a Gilda's tropical cousin, which probably I think most people will, or a sultry spy tale in its own right, which I don't think there's enough plot there to really push that narrative. But one thing's for certain, Rita's return left a mark on some of us, maybe not Carly. But thanks for joining us tonight for the Speakeasy Noircast, where every story has a twist and every drink hides a secret. Keep your glasses full and your eyes sharp. Until next time.
Bye-bye. He's looking at you, kid.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Speakeasy Noircast. Make sure to visit our website, resurrectionfilms.net, where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Stitcher, or any of your favorite podcast apps, so you'll never miss a show.